Hi everyone, hope you're all doing good. Right, this is the third round draw for the 18th edition of the Tapology Lucky Bastard game. Uh, and for this round, there's only 8 of you left in it. So we've got through quite a lot of the field already so far in this game. Just to run over those names again for you, just share it onto here. And they are Bellatrix, Canhego Ruiz, Captain Quebec, C. Collins 44, Xgo 514, who's it's his first game, first time playing along in this game, so having a good run of it so far. Foghorn Sam, the MMA historian, and under surveillance. So those are the 8 players left in it, and for this week's event, we will be selecting fighters from the UFC Fight Night. Amanda versus how the fuck did I pronounce that badly? Amanda Rebus versus Rose Namajunas. UFC Fight Night card, and it's an interesting matchup. Not least because we're still not really used to seeing Rose at flyweight for a start, but to be honest, having said that, I am going to pick her for it because I think that could actually work in her favor in a way. I think that the last couple of fights she seemed to struggle a bit with the weight cut at strawweight, and I think maybe a move up to 125 is probably in her best interests. Um, as for Amanda Rebus, definitely one of the best at 125, but it is quite a shallow division if we're being completely honest. And she has been a bit inconsistent. She's sort of won a fight, lost a fight, won a fight, lost a fight. She's not really got much of a streak going. So I think that Namajunas is going to cause her quite a lot of problems. Um, I don't. I think Rebus is good enough that she'll be able to withstand 5 rounds, but I think it's going to be quite a wide decision for Thug Rose Namajunas. Anyway, that's not what you're here for. You're here to see who you get drawn up with. First up, we have Bellatrix. Let's see who Bellatrix is going to be paired with tomorrow night. And Bellatrix gets Edmund Shabazian. Edmund Shabazian there for Bellatrix. Shabazian. Uh, and I've got him to win a decision against AJ Dobson. Um, I would say it's necessarily going to be the most explosive fight or necessarily the one I'm looking forward to the most, but I can see Edmund just like I said, just controlling most of the fight. Really, I think he's going to be in charge of it, in charge of the tempo of the fight, controlling how it plays out for the most part. So I think that's quite a good pick there for Bellatrix. Canhego Ruiz up next. And Canhego Ruiz gets Billy Carantillo. Billy Carantillo. Therefore, Canhego Ruiz. Carantillo. And I'm quite confident on Carantillo. Again, win by decision against Yusuf Zalal. But I think of the ones, there's not really a lot of I'd say bankers on this card, a lot of ones, but I'd say he's definitely one of the stronger favourites on the card. And so yeah, I'll be thrilled if I got if I was still in this game, of course, which out in the first round. But that's a very good pick. I think Canega has got a very strong chance of making it into the fourth round. Captain Quebec is next to take on the wheel. Will has been kind so far, in my opinion. Let's see if it continues that. And he gets Mick Parkin. Mick Parkin there for Captain Quebec. And well, at least he doesn't have to wait long to learn his fate. First fight on the card against Muhammad Usman. And honestly, I've got Usman to win by decision, but I can see Usman, I can see Usman knocking him out as well. It's I think it's quite a one-sided fight, if I'm being honest. Yes, I think it's just a case of how long can Mick hang in there with Usman. Like I say, I'm an optimist, and Usman has he's he's got the power, but he is quite content to be more a technical adapt to a more technical game plan when required. He's not an all-out headhunter, so to speak, which is quite unusual for heavyweights. But so that's why I've gone with the decision. But he can finish this if he wants to. So unfortunately, not a great pick for Captain K-Beck, unfortunately, in my opinion. C. Collins, 44, up next to take on the wheel. And he gets Carl Williams. Carl Williams for C. Collins, 44 there. And, oh, excuse me. It's in the co-main event, that's the word I was looking for, against Justin Taffer. Again, another one I've got by decision. I'm being quite. I've only just realised I'm actually being very boring with my picks this week. I've got most of them to win by decision. But yeah, no, it's again similar to Billy Caroncillo. I've got him down as one of the heavier favourites, or one of the ones that I'd rely on. If I was betting on this card, I don't really bet on the UFC much these days, but if I was, he'd probably be one I'd put in an accumulator. So I think C. Collins 44 can be quite pleased with that one. Right. Next up, Dixco 514. His first game in this playing in the Lucky Bastard game is made to the third round. Very, very good debut. Let's see if his good luck continues. Let's see who's going to be in his in the rookie's corner, and I think he's going to need a bit of luck to get through to the fourth round. As he's been drawn with Amanda Rebus, who I suppose I've been a little bit harsh on in the introduction, but yeah, no, it's truth be told, I fancy Rose Namajunas. She's an elite fighter, at a strawweight, admittedly, but as I say, I think this is one of those times where the jump up in weight's going to help her quite a lot of sort of get career going in the right direction again after a couple of back-to-back losses. But Rebus has the advantage of being more natural at 125, but it's I don't think it's going to. I don't think that's going to make too much of a difference, really. I think overall, Namajunas is the better fighter. But so yeah, and I think Dixco 514 is going to need a little bit of luck if his little debut journey is going to continue. Foghorn Sam next to face the Wheel of Doom. And representing Foghorn Sam tomorrow night is AJ Dobson. AJ Dobson there for Foghorn Sam, which puts him up against Bellatrix in Edmund Shabazian. As I've mentioned, Edmund Shabazian is one of the ones I really do fancy to get through. I got him by decision, and it's just a case of I say his skill level, just that level above Dobson, really. Just yeah, I say just I can't. I just it's one of those when I think about it. I think it's like I always try and give the one I'm picking against a chance. Think like, okay, if they're going to do it, how are they going to cause the upset? And honestly, unless AJ Dobson shows a level to his game that we haven't seen yet, I can't see how he does beat Edmund Shabazian. So unfortunately, I think we'll be saying goodbye to Foregone Sam. Down to the last two now. The MMA historian, the penultimate person to be signed with a fighter. And this is obviously going to be this week's Lucky Bastard Game main event, as he also gets Edmund Shabazian. I don't know, a hell of a lot I can really add to that, really, is there? After I just sung his praises two times in the last 5 minutes. But yeah, so that's going to be the MMA historian and Bellatrix up against Foghorn Sam. So that's definitely the fight to watch anyway. And finally, Under Surveillance. Let's see who he gets drawn up against, or with rather. And he gets Peyton Talbot. Peyton Talbot there for Under Surveillance. And let's have a look. It's Peyton Talbot. What have I got scribbled down for him? Yeah, I've got him to win by decision against Cameron Simon. Not really a fight that I'd be confident in either of them, to be honest. I think that's one of the more 50-50 ones, but I've got him to win by decision. So maybe, maybe not, although I have to admit that will still require a little bit of luck. Both good fighters, and it's one of those interesting bookings that you just can't think. I'm not 100% sure how that's going to play out, but I do favour Payson Talbot slightly in that one. Anyway, that's the draw for the third round of the Tapology Lucky Bastard Game 18th edition complete. So just go back to that. That is Bellatrix with Edmund Sherbazian, Canhego Ruiz with Billy Carantillo, Captain Quebec with Mick Parkin, D. Collins 44 with Carl Williams. Let's go 514 with Amanda Rebus, Foghorn Sam with AJ Dobson, the MMA historian also with Edmund Shabazian, and Under Surveillance with Peyton Talbot. So, as always, best of luck to all of you in the game. Some I think are going to need it a little bit more than others. And good luck with your picks on Tapology. If you've got bets on this card, so if you're brave enough to bet this card, I'm certainly not one of them myself. So fair play if you are. But if you do have bets on it, got a bit of money on it, good luck beating the bookies. And until next week, so long for now.